Last week we showed you how to calculate your macros. So this week we're going to show you how to track your macros.
Like these jelly beans. Welcome to 3 Minute Thursday. We'll start the clock at 3 minutes somewhere on the screen. First thing I'm going to talk about is just basic tracking. I track my macros on MyFitnessPal. It's an app. Some other people use My Macros or Lose It, but I think that the database on MyFitnessPal is the best. It has the most in it and the most accurate information. So I track everything I eat. I weigh just about everything. I do not pay attention to the calories it's telling me. I just pay attention to my macros. So I go down to the nutrition button at the end of the day and make sure that I've hit my macros for the day. One little tip is to plan ahead. At night, maybe plan your whole day out ahead of time so that you're consistent. But weighing everything, like I said, that's what I do. I don't weigh my salad greens, but everything else, guaranteed, I measure it. Peanut butter, for example, I put it on the scale, so I have a food scale here in front of me, and I zero it out, and then I scoop the peanut butter out and put it, let's say, like in my oatmeal, for instance, so that I know how many grams I'm eating. These chips, for example, I put the bowl on the scale and I weigh them out according to the serving size, because typically the number of chips or whatever item that they're telling you is probably not going to be correct. And then for cereal, I do the same thing. I see what the serving size is. I pour it into my bowl that's sitting on the scale and take however much I need. But that's probably the most accurate way to weigh things out and to track. I used to guesstimate and I was pretty much wrong all the time, especially meats, but Brad will talk about meats later. Bread, I don't weigh this out, but I would recommend that you weigh your stuff out, because sometimes we've gotten bread and we weigh a slice out and it's totally not what the serving size says it is. But up next is Brad.
Next, we're going to talk about if you should track your proteins raw or cooked. So for this chicken right here, it's 4 ounces, it is 130 calories, 3 fat, 0 carb, 24 protein, and that's for raw. When you cook this 4 ounces of chicken, it's gonna be less because moisture leaves the chicken when you cook it. And if you cook it like perfectly, maybe it's 3.2 ounces. If you cook the crap out of it and it's super dry, maybe it's 2.8 ounces. So the way to do it is raw.
That's what she said.
And I know that sounds like a pain in the butt, but really it's not. So we'll use ground beef as an example. 16 ounces of ground beef, you buy a 1 pound package. When you cook it, weigh it out when it's done. Maybe it comes out to 12 ounces. That means that for every 4 ounces of raw meat, there's 3 ounces of cooked meat, because 12 divided by 16 is 0.75. So you take that 0.75, you multiply it by the serving size, which is 4 ounces, so that's 3 ounces. So that is how you do meats. If you do a recipe and you're putting in 12 different ingredients, weigh out the different ingredients, then put them all in your pot or pan or whatever you're baking, and then whatever serving size you take out, whatever portion of the total that is. So if you have 32 ounces of ingredients going into a pan and you pull out 16 ounces once you baked it, then that means you took half. And so you would take half of the total calories, and that would be the calories for the meal that you took out. Hope that makes sense. Basic math, but it can be kind of difficult. Just work through it. I promise it's not that hard. Our 3 minutes is up. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. You're worth it.